All right, I am so excited today. That machine was built by a 65-year-old machinist with $650 plus a tool that he already had in his shop. The machine does the same thing that a $10,000 machine does. When I started sharing the tools that I've made in my shop, like the treadmill sander and the lifter tester and some of the other ones I had, I thought that my channel was really going to be about hacks that I've learned over the 17 years of having my shop, some of the inventions I've come up with, and just problem solving stuff. I thought it would be about my stuff. One of the things that I began to see, which was really interesting, was people started sharing with me the stuff that they built. One of the first guys that sent some of this stuff was a guy named Bill Hillhouse. So this is Bill. Like I said, he's 65 years old. He's done a lot of different stuff in his life. And over the years, he's operated several Sun & machines in different shops. If you've ever honed a block, you know some of the challenges that come with it. For example, when you're trying to hone a block, if you hit the main cradle there, you'll be breaking some of your stones. That's a real common thing. If you're doing a hand type thing, after you use a machine, you get a little bit more consistency. Bill wanted his honing to be more consistent and then not have to deal with breaking stones and things like that. The obvious solution would be, well, just buy a machine. Like this machine, they can be up to $10,000 used. Bill wondered, could he actually build something that does the same job? Which is awesome. I love this guy already because I had the same mentality. You know, can you build something that actually does the same job? He came up with something pretty cool. So at first, Bill's son, when he showed it to him, thought, are you out of your freaking mind? And I can totally relate to that because whenever I would share the ideas that I had when they were first in here and not in real life, it's just the kind of looks that I would get from my friends and family. Just like me, Bill kept working on his idea. So what he ended up building was a cylinder hone from a drill press, and he made some awesome changes to it. He can vary the stroke, the length of the stroke, speed, the spindle speed. When you can manipulate those things, you can design the crosshatch pattern into the cylinder bore. Here's why that's important. If you haven't worked with blocks, honing plays a very important part in that the honing prepares the block for the rings to be able to seal. Honing creates a crosshatch pattern. It roughs up the surface, but in a particular pattern, so that if you were to look at it under a microscope, you would see some peaks, you would see some valleys. And so whenever you first start up a vehicle after you do a build and you hone out the cylinders, the rings will knock off the peaks and it creates like a plateau where the ring can ride on, but it still has valleys for the oil. So you have smooth plateaus with oil in the valleys, and that's what gives you proper sealing, lubrication, and a long engine life. So honing is actually pretty important. You would think you would want a nice, pretty glazed surface, but you don't want that. And that's one thing that I learned when I first got into this is, why are you going to take that stone and rough up that beautiful looking cylinder? It looks so smooth. Bill figured out how to build a machine that can create patterns. The result is more consistency and no crashing the stones into the main cradles. So something that struck me about Bill's machine is he didn't build it for a YouTube channel. Just like me, the stuff that I build, I didn't build it for a YouTube channel. I built it because I needed a solution for a problem that I was having in the shop. He had a problem and he figured out a solution, and it reminds me exactly why I built my treadmiller and others in my shop. That's when it hit me. I am not the only one that's doing this. I am really excited about the other builds that are out there, the people that are creating things. I realized through this process of having this channel, I want to see what those things are, and I think that a lot of other people do too. There are people like Bill and I all over the world that come up with all these different solutions and these creative problem-solving ideas. So I started thinking about what this channel should really become. I don't want the channel to just be about the stuff that I build or the solutions that I have or my hacks. I want it to be a place where innovators can be seen, and I'm excited to see what they have. So there are incredible creative problem solvers out there, and they deserve to be seen and they deserve to be shared. So if you have problems in your shop that are unresolved or solutions that you haven't been able to come up with, I would love to hear about those in the comments. So here's what I want to do. If you're the kind of person, or you know somebody that is like this, who solves problems by building instead of buying, if you know somebody that's just brilliant and they've come up with some cool solutions, I would love to see those things. So, and I know other people would too. And if you're anything like me, you have more than one solution that you've come up with. You probably have stuff at your shop, stuff at your job, stuff at your home, stuff that you've just fixed and created. I want to see all those stuff. I would love to see those. There's a submission link down below, and when you submit, there's basically just 3 things that I would love to know. And that is, what was the problem? What was the biggest hurdle that you had to overcome with that problem? What was a breakthrough moment that let you know that it was going to work? Even if the idea isn't perfect, I still love to hear it, because sometimes those are the most interesting ideas. And if you think about it, one of the reasons why we've had such a technological explosion is people are able to just share ideas. They get stuck on something and their ideas are sparked by something else that they see. I think this is going to be very, very entertaining. So back to Bill and his machine. This is it in action right here, which is so cool, so creative.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The finished product, it leaves a beautiful finish at whatever you decide to put it at. Infinite adjustability, speed control, fluid.
I love something that he said to me, and it was, the way I look at sharing knowledge, if it helps somebody out, why not? And I totally agree. I think that's awesome. So I have a feeling that there are a lot more people like Bill and myself out there. So let's show the world what you've built. If you've been watching me for a while and you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. We're going to grow this thing, and it's going to be such an exciting journey. So my name is Dave with Hemi Garage Hacks, and check out this video if you want to see some of the hacks I've had in my shop. And we'll see you on the next one.